Welcome back, guys, and thank you for the support with Rolling with Carlos. First and foremost, before I start off this video, I would like to thank the great YouTuber and wonderful YouTuber DoorDash for the big shout out she gave me this past week in one of her videos. DoorDash, I appreciate the shout out very, very much. Um, I'll go ahead and monitor my channel to see how it grows. I appreciate it very, very much. You're an awesome person, and may God always bless you. I appreciate the shout out very, very much, and I'll continue to watch your exciting and inspirational videos. So I appreciate the shout out very, very much, and I hope you had a wonderful birthday. All right, guys, let's get on to this video. Did Jevon Holland just take a swipe at the Dolphins organization? And did Jevon Holland also announce pretty much that he will not be a Dolphin next season and he will enter free agency and test the free agency waters? That's what's coming up in this video, guys. And to start it off, I'm going to go ahead and play and read to you and then play to you what Jevon Holland said in videos what he's looking for in a team. Jevon Holland detailed the experience and what he's looking for in a team in a podcast earlier this week. This is what Jevon Holland said. Detailed and experienced coaching. Honest culture. Man-leading head coach. A team that wants to win. Leaders that want to lead and set examples by action, not by their word. That's what he said on the podcast. And so you guys can hear it for yourselves. I'll go ahead and play some of the clips straight from Jevon Holland's mouth.
I actually wrote down in like the best way I could sum up, what I'm looking for. Detailed and experienced coaching, a player supportive ownership, just honest culture setting, a men leading head coach with a goal and a standard he holds everybody to. A team that wants to win and has players with like-mindedness about the team's goals and standards. Leaders that want to lead and set examples by action, not by the word. So I think that in itself is, what I'm really looking for. Not necessarily saying that it's not at the Dolphins,
Right.
But in general, that's like my mindset for what I want. I actually wrote.
Did he take a swipe at the Dolphins from that comment? This was posted by Fins Extra. Credit to Fins Extra for the post. Did he take a swipe at the Dolphins? Is he saying what I've said in other videos and other players have said in video clips? Is this Dolphin culture soft? Is that what he's implying? Is that what he's implying, or is that what he's looking for in a new team? Guys, I don't believe Jevon Holland will be back as a Dolphin next season. And also, I have some clips from Joe Rose pretty much insinuating the same thing that Jevon Holland just insinuated. But I'm going to let you hear it for yourselves. And again, this goes back to is the culture soft in Miami? Or is it a coach problem? Or is it an organizational problem? I'm going to let you listen to 2 clips from Joe Rose, the Joe Rose Show, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on not only Jevon Holland, but the culture. And this is the last time I'll cover the Dolphins' current culture, because I've done 2 other videos about culture. But Jevon Holland clearly seems to have taken a swipe at the Dolphins organization in the most kind way he could. But it seems to me like Jevon Holland's not going to be a Dolphin in 2025.
If Tyreek Hill got Wes Welker fired, which is what everybody tells me, I mean, if those guys are running to the head coach or the coach is seeing stuff and it's not working, I mean, if you're blaming Wes Welker for that passing game last year, Wes Welker had nothing to do with the 2 deep. Don't blame him. Wes Welker wants his guys to block and play hard. Anyway, we got to go to break.
Everybody would be doubled up and you'd have the biggest tax increase.
That's what Joe Rose said about Tyreek Hill kind of being complaining and what happened in the Jets game at the end of the season. But here's where we go. Joe Rose goes into more detail about the culture issues in Miami, which, again, I stress Jevon Holland pretty much insinuated in that 30-second clip where he's describing what he's looking for in the next team. I'm going to go ahead and play this other clip from the Joe Rose show, and then I'll play parts of it, and then we'll go from there, and it will be the end of the video.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Welcome to Doral Hyundai, where we believe in transparent pricing with no hidden fees. Right now, choose from over 1,000 new Hyundais in stock, like the new Elantra or Santa Fe. Remember, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance, America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai complimentary maintenance. In our service center, certified technicians will keep your Hyundai running smoothly. Visit us today at DoralHyundai.com, because when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai.
All financing on approved credit. See dealer for limited warranty details.
At American Eagle this spring, we're going wild for bold prints, utility-inspired looks, and can't miss camo prints. Plus, don't miss your favorite jeans, now reimagined for maximum.
From medical strength, video, everything.
American Eagle this spring.
Frustrated just like we all are. And it's no different from any season. Every season is postseason. We evaluate, we go through, we work with the coaching staff, scouts, and we evaluate everything from top to bottom, from medicals.
That's Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel speaking at the end of the year conference. I'm going to let it play, guys, even though I spoke about this earlier. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it play until Joe Rose speaks about the culture in Miami.
Strength, video, everything. And so we're going to meet with him and do like we do every year. We meet with him we spend some time and get with him and go through everything from the roster breakdown, the salary cap, what we look like for the future. So those expectations have been on us from day one. So it's nothing that was new or unexpected. He wants to win more than anyone, and we want to win for him. Very appreciative for everything he's done for not just the Dolphins, but South Florida and everything. And he deserves a winner, and it's our job to do it.
Dolphins General Manager Chris Greer there. It's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, let's go right to a good friend. Always enjoy talking to him. Mark Ross, NFL Network analyst, and spent a lot of time in front offices in the National Football League. Mark, good morning. How you doing?
Oh, outstanding. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Listen, we haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. If somebody would have told you the Miami Dolphins had not won a playoff game in 25 years, you would go, no way, right? Come on, Joe.
Yeah, I've heard the number, but it does seem unlikely that could happen.
So yesterday they had the GM and head coach together for the postseason press conference. I'm always wondering, so do those guys talk ahead of time? Like, I'm guessing ahead of communications, Dan tells them these are probably questions going to pop up. They probably have a good idea as they go through it and try to put a positive spin for the fan base and the media for the future, right? Is that kind of the game plan?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they just don't go out there blindly. As you said, it's a game plan. It's a practice to say, okay, here, they print out. They used to print them out. They probably send them on email now. The questions, what they think it's going to say. And here's how you approach it, and here's the positive spin. Here's the team narrative of how we're all going to go out here. Every major player in the organization. So yeah, no one's going out there blind. It's definitely produced.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. So because I know you've been through this in different places. So the backup quarterback ends up being huge because Tua misses 6 games, and you had some games you probably could have won if you had Tua, but he wasn't, and we didn't have a backup quarterback, especially to start the year with Skylar Thompson ready to go, and we end up losing games, and you start 2-6. How important is a backup quarterback when teams are looking not only at their franchise quarterback, the most important position, but also the guy to back them up?
Well, you saw it firsthand, and it's talked about every year, and then it sort of gets downplayed until you actually need one. And of course, there's not enough good starting quarterbacks. So let's start there. There's not enough good starting quarterbacks in the NFL to say we can go win with someone. So who can find that one guy that can just get us through a couple games? That's all you're asking, right? Just get us through a couple games competently, without. And I think what Miami saw this year is that the whole team shouldn't fall apart. Your backup quarterback should be able to hold it down for a little bit, for a game or two until things get right. And I think the conundrum that the Dolphins are stuck in is you saw the importance of Tua to the team, but then you also see that Tua can't beat better quarterbacks. So we're kind of right there in the middle where, you absolutely need him. You absolutely need him, but he's not good enough to go against Mahomes and Burrow and Lamar and Josh Allen. So that's kind of the issue there.
So I got to ask you, because you have worked up in the Northeast in the cold weather, is there a thought at NFL Network with all the guys as well as where you've worked that the Dolphins get in cold weather and they struggle, or their teams just aren't as good?
I think it's, just even in ideal conditions, they're not that good. Not that they're not that good. They're not as good as top tier teams. Yeah, I mean, what Buffalo crushed them in the second game of the season, I think, where Buffalo put 31 on them, and Tua threw for I believe under 150. So I think it's been proven it's not just the cold weather; it's good teams that they just can't beat. They're not built to beat. I don't think, and we talked about them since the draft. Tua is not. Everything just has to be so precise for the Dolphins to function, especially on offense. That's just a hard way to go against the top tier teams that can work magic on certain plays and make something out of nothing and score points and make plays when everything is not perfect.
Mark, you've dealt with guys that are late, and we're going the Tyreek Hill thing. Not only did he kind of say he wanted out after the last game, and then we find out we knew he didn't play in the fourth quarter, but basically he quit. He said he didn't want to play anymore. He was done and took himself out, and the team had to have an hour meeting with him, the GM and head coach, to say it's not acceptable. And then kind of a lot of the press conference, I don't know if you heard any of it or not, but was about all the guys who were late. Like, we actually spent time talking about guys being late for meetings and what a problem it was. And Mike's not putting up with it anymore, and there's going to be consequences. It was just kind of weird that we're talking about professionals, and that was kind of the theme of yesterday's press conference, one of them.
Yeah, that was absolutely bizarre at this point. And you talk about why you're not winning, why you're not beating playoff teams, and that's a part of it there. That's something you absolutely 100% control. And even going back.
There you go, Joe Rose explaining the cultural issues, players coming in late. Which goes back to what Jevon Holland says he's looking for in a team. Doesn't sound like he's going to be playing for the Dolphins in 2025 based on what Joe Rose said on the 2 clips and based on what he said on the podcast, what he's looking for in teams. I'll repeat it to you one more time, what Jevon Holland said on the podcast, because I'll read you the tweet the post on X, Jevon Holland, point number 1 on the podcast, he said, detailed experience coaching, honest culture, men leading head coach, a team that wants to win, leaders that want to lead and set examples by their actions and by their word. Guys, that sounds like a guy that wants out of Miami. Let me know if you believe Jevon Holland took a swipe at Mike McDaniel and the coaching staff, and not only at Mike McDaniel, but at Stephen Ross and the overall Dolphins culture in Miami currently. Let me know what you think. If you watched the whole video, put the word Dolphins down in the comments and leave your thoughts down below. Guys, if you want custom cups, custom keychains, or custom candles, check them out at rollingwithcarlos.com. And YouTube merch will be at rollingwithcarlos.com very, very soon. Have a great day. Peace.